what's going on. I was gonna try and curl the hair, but all I got is 5 minutes, and I don't think the thing is gonna heat up in 5 minutes for me to tell you to curl my hair and tell you what's going on. So instead, let's add some mousse to it and brush it out and tell you my epic fail this year. Right? So back in March, I found the video. Everything is documented on video. That's how I get to timestamp things so I can know when things happen, right? So back in March, I posted on TikTok. I posted multiple monitors saying I'm about to be working 2 40-hour week jobs. I'm about to be exhausted as hell, right? So out of those 2 jobs right now, I'm only working 1. I only have the one source of guaranteed income every 2 weeks. I signed up with Arise to be a contractor. I have been signed up with Arise for years, and I've never worked with them because my equipment was never compatible. I got everything to make, ignore the comb. The flat iron was on it, and I didn't realize, and it melted it. I got these stuff to make sure that my computer was compatible, and unfortunately, I did not get the contract. I want to say that it's my fault that I didn't get the contract. The job that I'm doing right now, which is not very hard, but can be very stressing just because of, you know, how customers behave. And sometimes if it's one of those long days where you're just getting back to back rude customers, it does affect you mentally by the end of the day, and you're just exhausted. And if it's just a hard week where there's a lot of delays and people are just calling and cussing you the hell out and you can't even get a break in, that can be exhausting, right? So with this job, the training started in April. I had the option to choose a later start date, but I just wanted to get in and get it over with, and I chose the earlier start date. A part of me kind of regrets that a little bit, because I feel like had I took a later start date, I may have gotten that contract, because it turns out I was able to complete the training and everything. I didn't get the contract because I know within myself that even because even the instructor, I can't even talk. The instructor said, you did everything right. Your calls are okay, which they were. And there was an improvement because, you know, now I was able to find the things a little bit faster. But at the same time, when everybody else like has 100 calls, 200 calls at the end of training, I only have like maybe what, 10 calls. You're in this thing for like, what is it, a month or 2, and you don't have hundreds of calls like everybody else because you are not taking calls all day like everybody else. I'm working my full-time job in the daytime. I'm taking calls in the daytime at my other job. I'm in training in my daytime in the other job. This, I only have availability the last hour of the day. The last hour of the class, that's only like 1 or 2 calls, 3 literally. And then I was able to get into a morning class where I could do like 2 hours in the morning or an hour in the morning, but that still wasn't enough compared to everybody else taking calls all day. So all you need is one survey, one bad survey to bring you down. It doesn't matter if you have 2 other surveys. You need volume to bring things up. Time's almost up on my break. I got like 52 seconds left. So you need the volume. So I did not have that volume and the high stats like everybody else because I have very little calls. Obviously, if I was taking more calls, I'd have had higher stats, and as such, I didn't get the thing. I had scheduled my hours. The fact that it let me schedule hours after the training ended, I thought, okay, it's cool, I'm gonna get the thing. They said the results would be in to let you know whether or not you got the contracts by 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, I completely forgot about it. I'm like, oh, I scheduled my thing. I didn't see them give me any issues. I was able to schedule my hours. You're good. Yeah, let's get this going. I go to log in and I don't see the program. And I check my email and I'm like, hey, let's call the guy Joseph. And it says I didn't get the program. So I emailed the instructor. I'm like, hey, Joseph, I thought you said my calls and everything was good. The email here says that I didn't get the program. And it doesn't even say why. Can you let me, do you know what happened or what's going on? because we know that I have good calls. It was just one poor survey because I don't have enough calls to, you know, get another good survey. Everybody isn't taking surveys, which kind of makes me now try to take the surveys when I do get surveys. You take a call with your everyday life, you get stuff to do surveys for representatives. Sometimes it kind of makes me try to take the survey because it happened to me where I didn't get no damn surveys or enough surveys, so I didn't get the damn program. And I was not interested in any other program. I'm going to go outright and say the amount or a ballpoint figure of what the pay was going to be. If I put in the effort, I expected, because I'm working for myself, all the money is coming to me, right? I was expected to make $20 an hour with the effort that I was going to put in. $20 an hour because you have to meet a certain amount of goals. It was going to be $20 an hour, right? And if I met the metrics, I would get a bonus, ballpoint bonus, and I'm going to tell you the real amount. So let's say I was going to get a bonus of $2,000. It's not $2,000, but let's say that amount. So I planned everything. I was going to be like, all right, cool, you're going to bust your butt, you're going to save up $10,000. This is the money that you need to get this place. You're trying to get this place. I didn't get it. And that's why I didn't even bother to apply to certain places, because I'm like, the money I have right now with just the one job is enough to pay the bills and pay the bills. This other job was supposed to be the savings money, the do everything else money. Now I just have this one money here that you try to do everything with, and this money was supposed to do everything else. And I felt and feel like the biggest freaking failure ever, to know that I invested so much time and so much energy. I was so exhausted at the end of it, and then I didn't even get the contract. So what did I do? I said, here, guess what? You have been putting off getting your nail license, and you keep getting emails about when are you going to do the license, and you're like, I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do it later. When are you going to do the exam? I went, I did the exam, I now have my license, but I also do not take clients, because as much as I set up this space, there is so much that goes on in this space. I have this job that I do remotely that happens over there in the corner. You can't see it, but it's not presentable right now, so I'm not going to show you. And then right here where I'm filming right now, I have the nail desk. And what was stopping me before was that it was hot. It was 100+ degrees. I could not, even if I wanted to, I could not bring people here. If someone even booked, I would have to cancel, because it was too freaking hot in this damn room. Because this is a garage. Even with the AC on, the temperature will say that it's 80 something, or sometimes even 85. But it doesn't feel like that. You're still hot. The acrylic was just drying like that. Now the room is a lot cooler. Now I can do acrylic and it's not drying up on me immediately. But there's still that fear that holds you back.